Hey guys, it's Rally here and welcome back to Let's FIFA 17. This is episode 28 and yeah, it's been a while since I logged into this account, so there's a couple of messages awaiting me, a title update, happy Lunar New Year, getting a new kit as you saw there right from the start, and we also get a pack, a tier 3 pack reward. I suppose it's based on how much you've been locked in on Ultimate Team, and I could imagine, as I haven't been locked in over the past 2 months, I could probably have gotten a better reward if I played the game a bit more. But nonetheless, I was happy to get some free stuff, of course untradeable, and we'll send all of the stuff to the clubs on consumable items there we can always use. And Tremolinas we got in the pack will actually be used in the new squad we're building in this episode. But first up, I was checking my transfer list just to see where I left my club at 2 months ago, and I had a lot of bronze players, so I just relist them up. And then I really wanted to build a new squad, but I also noticed I only needed one more point to get the Division 4 title, and with that I would of course get around 10,000 coins. So I thought to myself, let's try and win the title and then build a squad after that. So we jumped into a match in Division 4 with our good old 3-4-2-1 squad, and we got matched up against a BPL team with that player of the month Zlatan on the top with a shadow chemistry style, a little bit odd, but yeah, we start the game off here with Costa, sort of weaving back and forth here inside the box, and in the end he actually gets in for a shot, but it is way wide off the goal there. 28th minute, we're back on the ball. It's on the right hand side again with Costa. I really do like to play with him, and we might look into building another squad around him, but it won't be happening in this episode. We're building a different kind of squad. Anyways, we get a sort of clumsy goal, to be honest. I didn't even shoot on that last one. It was just Perisic sticking out a foot and hitting it in to make it a 1-0. And following that, a couple of nice skill moves there from Castillejo out in the wing, but he was just like containing me and I wouldn't get past him. So I tried a different approach, passing it into the box. We turn around, we tried the shot, we do not hit the ball, and in the end it falls to Perisic, who will hit it just wide of the goal. And as I went into the second half, my opponent, he was pushing more and more forward, and I did have play up on my opponent's half, but I just didn't really create any interesting chances. So it was actually my opponent closer to getting a goal than I ever was in the second half, but he would not get it, and the game would end at 1-0. But in some way, if he'd gotten a goal, I wouldn't have minded too much, because I only needed 1 point to get the title. So whether it be a win or a draw didn't really matter too much, apart from, I guess, one number on our record, overall record. But anyways, we won the match, and that meant we got the title, and I thought, okay, let's list up all our players and see what kind of coinage we'll have to build a new squad. So I actually listed up both my squads, both the 3-4-2-1 squad and the other squad I had laying around. I think we played a couple of games with it, but I think we didn't play with the team too much, and I actually ended up keeping a couple of the players from that squad because I still wanted to use them in my new team. So you see me having sold on a couple of players. We ended up on 19,000 coins, and that was after having built the new squad. And the new squad was relatively cheap to build because I reused some of the players I had. I used Niang, Cuadrado, and Asamoah. Then I used some of the untradeable players I had in Martinez, and I also decided to use Gaspar and then Tremolinas, which we got in the pack of the start of this episode. And then I picked up a couple of players. I got really into the net. He seems to have some decent stats, to be honest. He's 6'2" tall, and reflexes, diving quite high, positioning quite alright. So hopefully he will be an alright goalkeeper for us. On the right back spot, I went with Lichtsteiner. We have sort of a Juventus trio, which I think is very, very strong. Asamoah very good in the midfield, Cuadrado of course, pace and skill moves, and then Lichtsteiner, solid defensive right back. And moving on to the midfield, I decided to pick up Gonalon as sort of a holding midfield. I quite do like him on the game. He's tall, he's sort of strong, good defensive stats, and on the center attacking mid spot, I could have bought him for coins, but I decided, you know what, we have his loaney version in our club, why not use him for 8 games and then figure out if we really want to buy him. Ben Arfa. And yeah, then moving on to my left winger, another loan player, which I also could have bought. Both him and Ben Arfa cost around 15,000 coins, but I couldn't buy both of them at the same time. So I thought, you know what, we have the loan cards, let's just use them and then figure out what we do once their contract runs out, because maybe I do not like to play with them, and then we won't pick them up and then we'll save those coins. So yeah, this is the squad I decided to go with. A couple of Frenchmen into the side, and I'd say a pretty solid midfield, holding mid, sort of a box-to-box midfielder, then just an attacking midfielder in Ben Arfa. And I'd say the defense pretty alright as well. Maybe the centre-backs a little bit small in regards to headers, but I never really feel that is what I struggled with the most when it comes to defending in the game. But yeah, into the first game of Division 3 we go with our new squad, and we start off here with a bit of a passing sequence. I'm sort of still catching up on this, as I mentioned in the draft we played the other day. I'm still sort of learning the game and getting used to just getting used to it and how I attack and such. And I definitely starting to get the feel of the pass and move play. And here I don't know how I missed that shot. I just couldn't get a goal here in the first half, but we were still creating chances. We were playing pretty alright. Ben Arfa here breaking on through, taking a shot from distance, but saved by the goalkeeper. And then we went into the second half, and some nice combination play. We played on through to Marshall, and finally would get the goal and make it 1-0, and that was pretty much all. The second half, not much stuff happening, and that meant we won 1-0. So yeah, a victory was, but again, not the most convincing victory, similar to the first game we played of this episode. And I guess it's still struggling a little bit with the game, but getting better and better at it game for game, I suppose. So we jump into yet another game. We continue with the same squad and see if we can continue our small little winning streak we got going of 2 games, I suppose. And my next opponent, he would be rocking with a pretty solid squad as well, as you'd imagine in these divisions. A 4-3-2-1 yet again. We're up against the BPL squad. You got that Petit Loney legend card in, Sanchez as well, and he was going to cause me some problems. But first off, it was us to cause my opponent some problems. Cuadrado, lovely little turn with the scoop, and that was 1-0. And just a couple of minutes later, we again on the board. Ben Arfa here beats 2 players here in the midfield. He will eventually be one more guy, then he will play forward to Asamoah on to Nyang, and that is going to show off my terrible finishing at this stage. I do not know how I missed that one, but Ben Arfa on the ball yet again, and we get a little bit lucky to get it back, and in the end we get clipped, and that means we win a penalty. Of course, Ben Arfa is going to step up for that. He's going to get a goal for himself and bring us up 2-0. And then Sanchez showed up off a free kick. He would hit it in top corner. And yeah, then 45th minute, he would hit it in yet again. And all of a sudden, the game was 2-2. That was his chance. It was the free kicks, and he scored all of them. And when I watched this replay, I was a little bit disappointed in my goalkeeper. Felt he should have saved this second one. The first one I think was fair enough, went in, but this one he actually went past the ball when it went in. But nonetheless, going into the second half, I was trying to pick myself up, and again, you see my terrible finishing. I still need to learn that properly. But eventually, who is there to show up and get us a goal? It is Ben Arfa, 3-2 to us. A little bit clumsy, but nonetheless, it is a goal, and we take the lead. And just before the game is about to end, it's Marshall to end it off with a cheeky little chip to the top corner over the keeper, and 4-2 it was. So a game where I did create a lot of chances. I got 4 goals, and I also missed some big chances, but I was feeling pretty confident after that one. I'm pretty happy with the result, and for now, we're going to end it off here. But next episode, we'll pick up with actually building yet another new squad, and I can promise you there is going to be a quite cheeky skill goal in that one. So look forward to that. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and that's pretty much all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.